Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon. All right, Ben, knock knock.
Who is there?
Greg, your business partner.
Yeah.
Let's drink some bourbon.
Okay, good. I thought there was going to be a punchline there. Now I feel cheated out of this.
I don't want to punch you. Not yet.
Not yet. A couple more whiskeys.
Couple more drinks.
Happens. All right, so.
It's going to be one of those days.
Yeah, we have Corner Creek 10-year.
Note to viewers, it normally is sold full, but...
Yeah, this is one that's been kind of sitting on the shelf for a while. I put a bit of a dent into it, but I kind of forgot about it for a while. And so, to be honest, I don't really have much of a memory of what this tastes like. I remember liking it just fine.
Okay.
But this one is a... I see this one frequently.
It is, in Minnesota, it seems to be on the shelf everywhere.
Yeah.
And so much so, I thought it was like a local Minnesota one because I didn't really look into it, but it's actually from Kentucky.
Yeah, and
they're vague on their label.
Yeah, it says distilled, aged, and bottled in Kentucky, bottled by Corner Creek Distillery. And then it says, this 88 proof whiskey was produced under the strict supervision of our master distiller at Corner Creek, but it doesn't say Corner Creek Distillery.
I think this is sourced, and they may have blended it. Which can make a perfectly great bourbon.
Sure,
but I wish they'd just say that.
But it's 10 years old, 88 proof, and it comes in around $55. So, all right, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
But this is one that I see a lot, but it's not well known. Like, if you try to search for this...
Yeah, I don't see it online.
There's another version of Corner Creek that tends to come up more often. It's not the 10-year.
Okay. When
I have tried to search for this, but I haven't looked in quite a while. I think I looked around a little bit when I first got this bottle. So, yeah, I don't know a ton about this one. Got a nice nose on it. The one thing that I do kind of remember from last time I had this, which it's been a while, but I remember it being kind of cinnamon forward. And I'm getting that on the nose again.
Yeah, definitely getting some cinnamon. Real nice smooth caramel.
Yeah. It's got a nice little spice to it, too.
Not getting wood char yet.
I am a little bit, but maybe not as much as you might think from a 10-year.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So it's either a lightly charred barrel or... I guess there's several options.
But it does have that kind of wood sugars sort of sweetness to it.
Okay.
And, and that's barrel. That's one form of a barrel note.
Really expect a vanilla forward taste.
I'm not getting a ton of vanilla off of this.
Not yet, but...
Yeah. All right, let's go in for the palate here.
There's some vanilla.
Wow, that's
It's got a really great finish.
Yeah, that's unique. It's got a different flavor to it. I can't pinpoint exactly what it is that I'm getting that's kind of different and a little bit off profile, but it's good.
I have a name, and I'm reluctant to mention it because it's one of those once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
All right, let's do it.
Watermelon.
Watermelon. Wow. Okay. I have had bourbons, one in particular, that I got a really strong melon note for the kind of fruit. Now watermelon is nowhere near where I was going.
Okay.
Just the aftertaste, I can kind of get what you're, because it has a fruit note in a bourbon is not uncommon.
Yeah, right.
Usually get like a cherry or some banana or something like that, but I think what I'm getting more is just like it's a really sugary baking spice and some oak now on the palate.
There is a lot of sugar.
Yeah, a lot of sugar.
Like cane sugar.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a good mouthfeel. There's a density to it. It's not watery.
I feel like I'm really getting that oak note a lot more on the palate than on the nose.
I would agree, but it's still not char. Like, this is a light... Well, I don't notice it as char like certain other bourbons that I really like, and I love char.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is more of an oak note.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, smooth.
It still has that cinnamon forward note to it with that kind of spice. It's got a spice to it, but it's not a rye spice.
Right.
I'm sure this is a rye mash bill bourbon, but I wouldn't expect this to be high rye. But it has, I think, that barrel spice. That's the kind of barrel note I'm getting, is that barrel spice, that kind of oak spice. But yeah, this is really good. Now it's $55, so it's a little bit on the expensive side for a, especially a bourbon you've never heard of, don't know anything about.
Sure, take a chance on.
But it's a 10-year, so that's good.
It is.
88 proof, it's a little on the lower proof side, but I think it packs a little more punch than 88 proof would suggest.
I think so. It's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm impressed by this. I like it. Would I buy another bottle? I don't know if I'm going to go out and make it a point to grab another bottle, but yeah, I would happily have this on my shelf for sure. This is a good fall bourbon. I feel like, with the spice and the cinnamon, that barrel spice and cinnamon.
Yeah. I
really feel like, this would be a good... maybe I'm just in a fall bourbon sort of mood, even though it's July, because I had one the other night that was like super... And we'll do a review of that some other time.
So what's a summer bourbon?
I don't know. A lot of people maybe like to go lower proof, but you still want a lot of good flavor and stuff like that. So I think something like Long Branch would be a good summer bourbon. Because it comes in at 80 proof, but it's got a little bit different of a flavor. Is it 86? Yeah, it is. That's right. It's 86. But it's, I hate to use the word smooth, because that is usually, once you get into...
It's not off-putting, or it's not overpowering.
Yeah. Yep. When you're first drinking whiskey, smooth means easy to drink. And when you've gotten a little further into it and you're used to higher proof stuff, smooth can kind of tend to mean watered down. And Long Branch isn't like that. It's definitely lower proof, but I would say that's a good summer bourbon.
Okay.
So anyway, here you get a review and a
top tip.
And a tip, yeah. So, all right. Well, you got anything else to say about this one?
I'm really impressed. I've seen it on the shelves a lot and totally ignored it. And there's a bunch of them that I ignore because there's only so much money, time, and effort you can put into bourbon. But I'm impressed. Mm-hmm. This is better than I thought it would be.
I would overall say this is a good bourbon.
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So, if you see this one out there, if you're curious about it, it's a 10-year bourbon for $55. I know there's a lot of 10 years out there for less than that, and that's why it's kind of, it's a little on the pricier side.
Yep.
But, it's got great flavor to it. Really good bourbon, just all-around bourbon flavor to it. So,
absolutely.
All right, well, this has been Corner Creek 10-year. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. And remember, everything happens for a reason. Sometimes the reason is you're stupid and you make bad decisions.